Welcome to session 2 of day 2 of the UCI 2022 Masters Track Cycling World Championships, Los Angeles, California. We've got sprinting time trials, match sprinting, scratch races, and we're going to finish things up with women's team pursuit in this session 2 of the UCI 2022 Masters Track Cycling World Championships, coming to you from the VELO Sports Center in the heart of Carson, California, part of the Dignity Health Sports Park. Our first race will be the men's 45 to 49 men 750 meter time trial final. We have 7 heats, and the fastest rider around the track 3 times will go home the world champion for men 45 to 49. After that, we'll have the men 50 to 54. They'll be doing 500 meters. There's 10 heats of that. Top 3 get medals. We're looking forward to a lot of good racing today. Hope you are as well. Heat 2 to bike check immediately, Robert Healy and Wilson Blass. Wilson Blass and Robert Healy, you should be through bike check. This is last call, last call. Robert Healy and Wilson Blass. Need to be in the ready area as we're getting started with heat number 1. They'll be on track. And we're going to get things set up now for Heat 1. It'll be a 1-up. Charles Moore starting from the home straight. Once again, 3 laps, 750 meters. While we're at it here, why don't we give a big round of applause to our volunteers helping us put on today's event, giving up their weekend. Charles Moore from the Lexus Velodrome in Detroit, Michigan. And heat 1 of 7 is off and underway. We're setting the time to beat. Charles Moore sets the time to beat in the opening lap of the 21.282. Bell and 1 to go. 36.352 at the 500 meters. And sets the time to beat with a 52.575. 52.575, time to beat from Charles Moore in heat number 1. On track now on the home straight, Robert Heatley of the United States of America. Starting from the back straight, rider number 377, Wilson Blass of the United States of America. Robert in the red and blue. Wilson in the red, white, and blue. Once again, these riders are racing the clock, trying to get the fastest time in the three laps, 750 meters of the 250-meter Siberian Pine Oval that is the VELO Sports Center. Heat 2 of 7 off and underway. Blass with the second fastest opening lap, Heatley with the third fastest 21.6 and 22.9. Bell and 1 to go for both riders. Wilson Blass still sitting second overall. Heatley's third overall as they come into their final half laps. And Wilson Blass finishes second fastest so far with a 53.849. Robert Heatley, third fastest so far with a 56.342. Coming up next, heat number 3, Daniel Tomko on the home straight, United States of America, and Stephen McClaughry, Portland, Oregon, on the back straight. Tomko in the light and dark blue. McClaughry in the distinctive checkerboard kit of Bike Central. And heat number 3 is off and underway. Should have Rossetto and Wright in the ready areas. Looks like we do.
Come on, Sharp, push it!
Newvert and Retief will be following. McClaughry with the fastest opening lap so far, 20.5. Bell and 1 to go. McClaughry with a big advantage. New best time, McClaughry 51.360. 51.360. Daniel Tomko finishes with the 3rd fastest time of the day so far, 53.183. Puts himself on the bubble. Top 3 go to the award ceremony, pick up the medals, and get to stand on the steps. So your top 3 right now, McClaughry, Moore, and Tomko, as we bring up heat number 4. On the home straight, Fabio Rossetto of Brazil, and on the back straight, Hamish Wright of New Zealand. Rossetto of Brazil with a white helmet, and Wright with a black helmet. And heat 4 is off and underway. Should have heat 5 in the ready area on deck. Peter Newvert on the home straight and Etienne Retief on the back straight should be ready to go. New best time for the opening lap, Rossetto with a 20.353. Rossetto coming in, Bell and 1 to go. Now slipping to 2nd fastest, Wright at 4th fastest with 1 lap to go. And Rossetto finishes with the 2nd fastest time so far, 52.280. Hamish Wright finishes 4th fastest so far with a 52.904. That puts Charles Moore on the bubble in 3rd place, behind McClaughry and Rossetto. Coming on track now, heat number 5 of 7. Peter Newvert on the home straight of the Czech Republic in the blue and white. And on the back straight, Etienne Retief of South Africa in the yellow and green. In the ready area, we should have Jeffrey Selane and Joshua Ryan. And heat 5 of 7 is off and underway. Fifth and seventh opening laps so far. Fastest, that is. Fifth fastest and seventh fastest. And Newvert finishes fourth fastest so far with a 52.807. Retief sixth fastest with a 53.100. And McClaughry, Rossetto, and Moore still sit on the first three steps. As we bring up heat number 6 of 7, our penultimate heat. Jeffrey Solane of France, starting from the home straight. Joshua Ryan of the United States of America, starting from the back straight. Solane in the dark blue, and Ryan with lighter blue and black. Still the time to beat, 51.360 of Stephen McClaughry, Portland, Oregon. Heat 6 of 7 off and underway. Should have Brian Hale and Chris Allington in the ready areas. Riders for our next event should be through bike check and getting ready as well. Pico, Rontos, Bush, Sony, Adams, Davis, Galen. Solane with a new best time for the opening lap, 20.129. Ryan sixth fastest so far. Now moving up to fourth fastest, looking for a strong finish. Joshua Ryan in the United States. Both riders with about half a lap to go. And we have a new best time, Jeffrey Solane of France, 50.459 from Jeffrey Solane of France, new best time. Joshua Ryan, second fastest so far with a 51.039. As we bring our final set of riders up, Solane will be on the podium. Joshua Ryan might as well, depending on the times from our final two riders, Brian Hale of the U.S. and Chris Allington of New Zealand. Brian Hale on the home straight with red sleeves. Allington on the back straight in black. Allington with a black helmet, Hale with a white helmet. Timed final. Fastest time, world champion. It's the final heat, men's 45-49, 750-meter time trial. Heat 7 of 7 is off and underway. We should have Heat 1 of the 50-54 men in the ready area. Allington, 4th fastest opening lap. Hale, 10th fastest. Bell and 1 to go for Allington. Bell and 1 to go for Hale. Allington, 3rd fastest as he comes to the last half lap. Allington finishes with the 2nd fastest time, 50.663. Brian Hale, 12th fastest with a 56.049. So it is Jeffrey Soulaine of France with the fastest time in the men's 45-49. Chris Allington, 2nd place, and Joshua Ryan, 3rd place, bronze medalist in these World Championships. Heat number 1 on track now. This is of 10 heats. Alessandro Picco of Italy. Should have Christos Rantos and Robert Bush on deck, ready to come up. Rajendra Soni of India and Ken Adams should be getting ready as well. That's heat number 3. This is heat number 1 on track now. And heat 1 is off and underway. This is a 500-meter time trial for men 50-54 for their sprint time trial. 2 laps of the velodrome. Alessandro will be setting the times to beat. Opening lap at 21.697. And stops the clock with the time to beat of 37.924. 37.924. Coming up next, heat number 2, starting from the home straight, Christos Rantos of Greece in the green, blue, and orange. Starting from the back straight, Robert Bush of the United States of America in black. Should have Rajendra Soni of India and Ken Adams of the United States on deck, ready to go. And heat 2 of 10 is off and underway. Rantos with the 2nd fastest opening lap, Bush with the 3rd fastest opening lap. Rantos picking up speed. Finishes with a new best time, 37.098 from Christos Rantos. Robert Bush finishes third fastest so far with a 40.571. Coming on track now, heat number 3 of 10. Starting from the home straight, Rajendra Soni of India. In the blue with stripes, and Ken Adams of the United States on the back straight in white. Should have heat number 4, John Davis and Ruddy Galian of France in the ready area and on deck. It looks like we do. Stodolski and Deerdorf, you will be following in heat number 5. Some big gears as we got heat number 3 of 10 off and underway. Adams with the third fastest opening lap. Sony with the 5th fastest. Adams finishes third fastest with a 38.307. Sony finishes 5th fastest with a 42.956. So your top 3, Christos Rantos, Alessandro Pico, and Ken Adams, as we bring up heat number 4 of 10. John Davis of the United States on the home straight, and Ruddy Galian of France on the back straight. Galian in the blue of France with white side panels. John Davis with red sleeves, Serious Cycling. Should have Stodolski and Deerdorf on deck, and it looks like we do. Davis with the 2nd fastest opening lap, Rudy Galian and with the 5th fastest opening lap. Davis finishes 3rd fastest of the riders so far with a 38.149. Rudy Galian 5th fastest with a 38.502. 38.502 puts himself on the bubble. Sorry, John Davis put himself on the bubble. Christos Rantos still with the time to beat as we bring up heat 5 of 10, starting from the home straight. Todd Stodolski of the U.S. in the red Sprinter's Edge kit, and on the back straight, Chris Deerdorf of the United States in red and black. And heat 5 of 10 off and underway. Studolski and Dierdorf 5th and 7th fastest are coming into the final half lap. And Studolski finishes 4th fastest of the riders so far with a 38.163. Dierdorf finishes 7th fastest of the riders so far with a 38.805. John Davis still on the bubble behind Alessandro Pico and Christos Rantos, your top finisher so far with a 37.098. Coming up next, heat 6 of 10. Five more heats to come. 10 more riders. Top 3 for the podium. On the home straight, Will Wong of the United States, all in black. Black helmet. On the back straight, Tim Luther, also of the United States, but with a white helmet. And heat number 6 of 10 off and underway. Wong with a very fast first lap, 19.462. Best so far. Tim Luther, second fastest opening lap. And we have a new best time, 34.499, Will Wong of the United States. Tim Luther finished second fastest so far with a 36.268. Christos Rantos now on the bubble in the third position as we bring up heat number 7. James Kelly on the home straight and Roman Regino on the back straight. James Kelly of Australia in the blue, dark blue, and Roman Regino on the back straight in the white and light blue of Argentina. And heat number 7 of 10 is off and underway. Regino with the 2nd fastest opening lap, Kelly with the 12th fastest. Half a lap to go for both riders. And Regino finishes with the 3rd fastest time so far, a 36.664. Kelly finishes with the 12th fastest time so far, a 40.615. So your top 3 right now are Wong, Luther, and Regino. Wong with the fastest time so far, a 34.499. Regino on the bubble with a 36.664. Coming on track now, heat 8 of 10. Starting from the home straight, Kirk Edwards of the United States, and on the back straight, Marcel Lorenz of Germany. Edwards in the black helmet, Lorenz in the white helmet. Kirk told me yesterday one of his favorite phrases of mine is new best time. And heat 8 of 10 off and underway. Kirk really picking it up. Lorenz with a big gear. Kirk Edwards, 2nd fastest at the half lap. 2nd fastest at the 250. Lorenz picking up speed. Kirk Edwards with the 2nd fastest time of the day so far, 34.697. Lorenz right behind him with a 34.700, 3rd fastest so far. Will Wong still at the top of the leaderboard, Kirk Edwards 2nd place, and Lorenz on the bubble in 3rd place with 2 more heats to come. Got our penultimate heat on track now. Ryuji Ichimoto of Japan on the home straight. He went home last night as the world champion in the sprints. On the back straight, we've got Andrew Beale of New Zealand in all black, Ichimoto in blue. If I heard it correctly, Ichimoto, a professional Keirin racer in Japan. This is heat 9 of 10. And heat 9 of 10, our penultimate heat in the men's 50 to 54 500-meter time trials off and underway. Well, and 1 to go. Ichimoto 4th fastest, Beale 6th fastest. A lot of riders really getting moving in that last half. Ichimoto finishes 4th fastest so far with a 34.813. Beale 6th fastest. with a 36.443. So our top three still standing, Wong, Edwards, and Lorenz, as we bring up our final two riders. So Wong guaranteed a medal. What type? We will find out 500 meters from now as we bring up the top qualifier in the flying 200 yesterday, Joachim Ritter of Denmark and Andrew Weathers of the United States. Our 10th and final heat. Next event will be Ride 1 in the semifinal round of the men 35 to 39. We should have those sprinters in the ready area. And the 10th and final heat. And we've had a false start on the back straight, foot pulled out. Roberto Serrano Claus, you should be through bike check and in the ready area for your event coming up next. Men 40 to 44 sprinters, you will follow the men 35 to 39. Again, Ritter in black on the home straight, Weathers in striped kit on the back straight. Final two riders. And heat 10 is off and underway. Weathers with the second fastest opening lap, Ritter with the fourth fastest. Weathers now with the fastest time and half a lap to go. Is he going to put himself on the top step? He does. World record! World record, Andrew Weathers of the United States of America, 33.488. Joaquin Ritter, second place with a 34.252. And third step on the podium will be Will Wong of the United States. Let's have a big round of applause for all of our men, 50 to 54 in the 500-meter time trial. Okay, and so it looks like Shin Ito, our top seed in qualifying, has drawn the inside position. And McClintock on the outside in the white, blue, and red of Canada, with the white helmet. Ito, I'm also told, a professional Kieran racer. Ito, having drawn the inside position, obliged to lead the first part of the first lap unless overtaken. This is a 3-lap race. This is a best of 3, best 2 of 3 rides. Winners in each of these heats go on to race for gold and silver. The losers in these heats go on to race for bronze and 4th place. So Ito pulling up and forcing McClintock to the front. Riders sometimes have a preference where they want to be when that final 200 meters starts. Sprint at the end. Ito gaining some elevation, McClintock staying in front. Ito with a good bit of track craft, not just speed, but also bike handling ability as they come into the final lap. McClintock in front. Ito, and McClintock hits that 200-meter line first. Ito using his speed to try to come up alongside, and it's going to come down to the line, and Ito takes the first ride, just enough effort. Saw that in yesterday's sprinting. Some of the riders that used their speed weren't quite as snappy in the final rounds. Ito perhaps gauging that to perfection. We now go on to heat number 2 in the semifinal round of the sprint for men 35 to 39. And it looks like Serrano Plowels has drawn the inside position. In the second ride, the starting positions will be reversed. Alex Seigel. The United States in black on the outside with the white helmet from the Jerry Baker Velodrome. Up in Washington State. These two riders very closely matched in their flying 200-meter times. Bell and 1 to go. Serrano Plowels hits the 200-meter line first. Seigel coming up alongside now. He'll have the longer way to come around as they come through the turn. Serrano Plowels holding up the speed, and he crosses the line first. That concludes the ride number 1 in the semifinal round for the men 35 to 39. We're now going to move on to ride number 1 for the men in the 40 to 44 sprint tournament. Bruno Tangin of France has drawn the inside position. Our fastest qualifier, Ethan Boys of the United States of America, starting from the outside position in the light blue. Tangin in the dark blue. Tangen's checking between his legs, watching Boys' position. Now over his shoulder, bit of a gap between Tangin and Boys. Bell and 1 to go. It's Tangin hitting the 200-meter line first. Boys, the faster qualifier, is going to have to use his speed. Comes up alongside and takes the first ride. Almost a second difference in qualifying between those two riders. As we now bring up our next group, Peter Muller and Joshua McDonald. These two riders are only separated by 2 1,000ths of a second in their 200-meter qualifying time. 2 1,000ths of a second difference. And these two riders' speed in the 200-meter flying time trial this morning, very closely matched on speed. So Peter Muller of Hungary on the inside. Joshua McDonald with the stars on the sleeves on the outside. A little bit of a slow burn, and McDonald comes to the front with a lap and a half to go. It's a bit of a gap, hits the 200-meter line first. Muller trying to get into that slipstream, coming around. He's going to have a longer way to come around. Two rider, and Muller does it. And now we will go to the award ceremony for the men's 45 to 49 750 meters and the men's 50 to 54 500 meters. So Shin Ito and Guy McClintock, Roberto Serrano-Plowles, and Alex Seigel. Find their way to the start area. Starting order will be reversed from last time, so in Heat 1 it will be McClintock in the inside position, Ito starting from the outside position. So Ito won the first ride. If he does so again, he will race in the final round for gold and silver. McClintock wins this ride. He will send it to a decider. So McClintock in front with the white helmet, Ito behind with the black helmet. McClintock still in front. They come into the Bell Lab. Ito comes to the front. Doesn't wait this time, doesn't come around. Just comes to the front. Holds open a gap, and Shin Ito will be racing for gold and silver in the final rounds. McClintock to the bronze medal ride later in the program. There's the shake of hands. Coming up next, ride number 2 of heat number 2 in the semifinal round of the sprints for men 35 to 39. Alex Seigel will be starting from the inside position. Roberto Serrano-Plowles starting from the outside position. Seigel in black, Serrano Ploughs in white and green of Mexico. Serrano Ploughs able to win from the front in the last ride. So the American in front. The white helmet. Big gap. 2 laps to go. Siegel with a big gap coming into the final 200 meters. He's going to hit that 200-meter line first. A lot of ground to make up for Serrano Ploughs. And Siegel cleanly takes the second ride. It will go to a decider, a third and deciding ride between those two gentlemen. As we bring up boys in Tangen, Ethan Boys will be starting from the inside position this time around. Boys in the light blue, Tangen in the dark blue. Tangen starting from the outside.
Does he really? Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Rainbow. We were saying we would get the rainbow colors.
Boys in front, Tangen behind. Tangen coming up alongside with 2 to go. Starting to pick it up with a lap and a half to go. And boys now on the inside. And Tangent at the front as they come out of the turn. Boys with ground to make up, and he doesn't. Tangent sends it to the decider. Coming up next, the second ride in Heat 2 of the semifinal round of the men's 40 to 44 sprint between Peter Muller of Hungary and Joshua McDonald of the United States. McDonald of the United States will be starting from the inside position. Muller, who won the last ride from Hungary, will be starting from the outside position. Donald's still in front, Muller still behind. A little feint and parry. There's the bell. And here comes the sprint. Start in the middle of the back straight, through the turn, and McDonald, it's a shorter distance this time, able to come around. That will send that pairing to a decider, a third ride later in the program. So plenty of sprint racing in the program today. Is 3 of the last rides. The last 3 rides will go to a decider. Heat 2 in semifinal round of men's 35 to 39, and both heats in the men's 40 to 44. Our next race is the minor final for places 5 through 8 in the men's 35 to 39 sprint. Andrew O'Mara, Tak Makino, and Jacob Kramer, all of the United States. Men's 65 to 69 scratch race finalists, you should be thinking about Bike Check, Altamirano, Beidel, Bostic, Burton, Byatt, Cronshaw, Cullen, Dully, Evans, Fox, Gilchrist, Gossi, Guinea Bear, Hines, Joseph, Coal, Maiman, McGrath, and Ortiz. Your scratch race coming up momentarily. It is 69 O'Mara in black, Makino in the stripes, and Kramer in the light blue. It's Makino coming to the front. 2 laps to go. Big gap back to Kramer. So right now it's Makino leading out O'Mara coming into the bell lap. This is for 5th through 7th place. There's the bell. And O'Mara now trying to come around. Hit the 200-meter line second. Kramer closing the gap. He's moving up as well. And coming across the line, it's going to be O'Mara, Kramer, and Makino in that order. That's your minor final for the men 35 to 39. We're going to go on to the minor final now for the men 40 to 44. Oh, I'm mistaken. Third ride is next. So I apologize. The next event is the third ride in heat number 2 of the men's 35 to 39 sprint semifinal round between Roberto Serrano-Flowers and Alex Siegel. Winner of this ride goes on to race for gold and silver against Shin Ito. Other rider will go to race for bronze and 4th place against Guy McClintock. Serrano Plowels has drawn the inside position. 40-44, please proceed to the ready area. You're up next for your ride number 3. The rider who started from the inside position won in each of the last 2 heat rides. So that might tip the advantage to Serrano Powell's in this situation. There you go, Bellin 1 to go. No concerted sprint yet as the thumb screws just start to tighten ever so much. Serrano Plowels leading from the front as he did before and wins again. That breaks the tie, and he will be racing against Shin Ito for gold and silver. Siegel will match up with McClintock for bronze. Coming up next, the third and deciding ride between Boys and Tangen. Looks like Tangen has drawn the inside position. Oddly enough, in this one, the rider who started from the outside each time before was the rider who won the heat. So that would tip things perhaps in Ethan's favor. Tangen in front in the dark blue, Boys in the light blue behind. Boys sticking a little bit closer to Tangen in this heat than he did in the last one. And there's the bell. Tangen's going to hit that 200-meter line first. Boys picking up speed. Got the longer wire to come around. And he breaks the tie. Boys will be racing for gold and silver in the final round. Tangen will be racing for bronze. Shake of hands. And we'll go on to heat number 2, ride number 3 in the semifinal round of the men 40-44. Our 65-69 scratch racers are getting ready. Come on track. We got one more ride to go here. This is the third ride in heat number 2. Between Peter Muller and Joshua McDonald, racers who are only separated by 2 1/1000ths of a second in qualifying. Appears McDonald has drawn the inside position. Their last two pairings, rider who had the inside position went on to win the ride. Few feints as they finish the first of 3 laps. Donald in front, Muller behind. Donald of the U.S., Muller from Hungary. And speed starting to increase. McDonald hitting the 200-meter line first. McDonald trying to hold the speed up, and it's going to go. Look to me like McDonald got across first, but we'll get the official call here momentarily. And it was McDonald getting across first. Best 2 out of 3. He will go on to race Ethan Boys. Peter Muller will go on to race Bruno Tengen for bronze and 4th place. Let's give it up for all of our 40 to 44 men's sprinters as we bring up the scratch racers. Robbie Man, please come to the lobby desk at your convenience. Robbie Man to the lobby desk at your convenience. Thank you. And so this will be a 5-kilometer, 20-lap scratch race. It's probably what most people think of when they think of a bicycle race. Everybody starts together, and the one who gets to the finish line first is the winner. They'll be rolling out for a neutral lap. If the starter is pleased and thinks that the group is handsomely bunched, he will fire a pistol signifying the start of racing. The racing will end 20 laps later. If a rider laps the field, they are up. If 2 riders lap the field, their relative position within the pack will determine first and second. All other riders being determined by their relative position afterwards. So we should see attacks, counterattacks. All right, rolling out for their neutral lap. Neutral always means together and never means slow. Men 65 to 69. Get the group all together here. All together, all together. Okay, looks like we have a handsome bunch. see if of course, the only opinion is an official opinion. And they're racing. 20 laps to go, 5 kilometers. Nice rumble of the lumber. Come down the back straight. 4 or 5 abreast, so you can tell no real concerted effort yet. As rider 174 brings them across the line. That's David McGrath of the United States. They're going 25 miles an hour. Speeds assuredly will increase as they get closer to the end of the race. .173 in the pole lane, taking it apart. That's Stephen Mayman, who won the points race last night. So able to sprint again and again. Rider at the front is 162. That's Michael Evans of the U.S. 28 miles an hour, the pace now. They come around to see 16 laps, 4 kilometers to go. And 168 comes to the front, driving a hard bargain. That is Michael Hines, who, if I remember correctly, was silver medalist in the points race yesterday. So the usual suspects at the head of affairs with 15 laps to go. 28 miles an hour the pace, as Mayman comes back to the front, along with Hines and Bostic. Bostic, if I remember correctly, might have been the bronze medalist last night in the points race. 14 laps to go. Pace back down to 25 miles an hour. And we've got an attack. Rider number 169 not waiting for the field sprint. James Joseph of Guyana. If I remember correctly, he might have won the scratch races either 2017, 2018 with a sprint off the front. So definitely one of the riders to watch. Okay. A warning has been issued to rider 166 for riding on the blue band. Warning to rider 166 Gossi for riding on the blue band. And now the attack comes. I think that's Hines at the front with 9 to go. It is Hines, followed by 156, Steve Burton and others. James Joseph of Guyana in the light blue, definitely keeping himself within striking distance. We are at 8 laps to go, 2 kilometers remaining. Hines off the front, rider looking to bridge now. Okay, we've got 2 riders off the front, Hines and 159. Steve Cronshaw of Great Britain. They've got about a quarter lap on the field with 6 laps to go. Hines and Cronshaw. Meeman and Bostic looking to bridge. 5 laps to go. Meeman, Bostic, and 163. That's Shannon Fox. They have been reabsorbed by the field. The field now splitting in 2. 4 laps, 1 kilometer to go as Hines and Cronshaw still off the front. Meeman driving the front of the field. He and Bostic look for others to do some work. Nobody else really pulling through. And that's giving Hines and Cronshaw another chance with 3 to go. And Gossi comes to the front. Gossi, Bostic, and Meeman now trying to bridge. 2 laps to go as Hines and Cronshaw still have a good gap over the field. And then 160 looking to bridge as well. That's Richard Cullen of the United States. So group of 2, bridging group of 4, and there's James Joseph, the speedster. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. It's starting to come all back together. Hines and Cronshaw now getting caught by Meeman and others. It's going to be a points race finale here as Cronshaw trying to hold off Meeman as they come up to the line, and he does. Cronshaw takes it over Meeman and Bostic. Cronshaw of Great Britain winning the scratch race. Have a big round of applause for all of our 65 to 69 men in that scratch race. We're now going to proceed to ride number 1 in the final round of the men's 35 to 39 sprints. After our ride number 1 in the final rounds for men 35, 39, 40, and 44, we'll have 2 more scratch races, 70 to 74 and 75 plus. We should make sure they get their bikes through bike check before their event. It appears Siegel has drawn the inside position. McClintock will be starting from the outside. in this, the first ride in best 2 of 3 series to determine the bronze medalist and 4th place. Siegel in black, McClintock in the white, blue, and red of Canada. Siegel from the United States. And McClintock coming to the front, a lap and a half to go. And McClintock racing away, Siegel letting him go. And McClintock takes the first ride. Coming up next, heat number 2, the heat to decide gold and silver for the men 35 to 39 between Serrano Powells and Ito. Ito on the outside in black and blue, Serrano Powells on the inside with white long sleeves. It's bell and 1 to go. Serrano Powells hits the 200-meter line first. Ito, the fastest qualifier, is going to have to use his speed to come the long way around. And he does, taking the first ride. believe Tangen has drawn the inside position. He's at the line with the dark blue of France, white helmet. Peter Muller of Hungary got to come up to the line. He's got a black helmet. This is the first ride in the final round to determine third and fourth place in the men's 40 to 44 sprint. Tangen with the white helmet, Muller with the black helmet. Fell in one to go. Tangen still just in front of Muller. Hits the 200-meter line first. Tangen holding on. Oh, right at the line. Muller was able to come around. Coming up next, ride number 1 in the final round. The heat to decide first and second place. And McDonald has drawn the inside position. Ethan Boyes on the outside, white helmet. McDonald on the inside, black helmet. So in both of these age groups, the third fastest qualifier was able to race their way into the final. About half a second in qualifying difference between these two racers. Advantage Boyes. And here they come, and Boyes hits that 200-meter line first, stamping some authority on this race as he cruises to a victory in the first ride. And that concludes the ride number 1 sprinting. We are now moving on to the scratch race for men 70 to 74. This will also be a 5-kilometer, 20-lap scratch race. Again, no points, no handicaps. First rider across the line at the end of the designated distance is the winner.
Good luck, Mitch!
All right, they're rolling out for their neutral lap. Keep the speed up and get handsomely bunched. And the starter will fire the pistol, signifying the start of racing. Once again, get all together there, gentlemen. This is the scratch race for men 70 to 74. 5 kilometers, 20 laps. Starting now. And 124, Colin Claxton gets things going. Got him lined out in the pole. He's been a world champion before. Splits the field in 2, that early attack. Nobody else really pulling through with 18 to go. Claxton comes back to the front, 27.5 miles an hour. Field's got itself back together again. They'll come around to see 17 to go. Claxton still at the front. Rider at the front now, 125, Eldon Criswell. .134 at the front, Mitchell Odell, local racer in black.
She saw me because I told her I was gonna wear pink. See her? She's sitting in the white T-shirt in the corner, very far corner, and the sharks next to her. Big sharks. Yeah.
131, stretching his legs, getting off the front ever so slightly. That's Vion McReynolds of Houston.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant to do.
Odell working to bring it back together. Vion off the front at 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, when we first walked up.
McReynolds inflicting some damage at the back of the pack as the field is chasing. Nobody really pulling through, so that may let Vion McReynolds off the front. His gap increasing as he still rides at 29 miles an hour. Okay. 11 laps to go, approaching the halfway point. No concerted chase of Vion McReynolds as he continues at 28 miles an hour. Field coming through 4 wide. Vion McReynolds still building his lead. He's got about a quarter lap lead on the field. Vion McReynolds, number 131. More than a quarter lap lead on the field. As Vion McReynolds comes around and sees 9 to go. We are past the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen. And 144 looking to bridge on up. That's Stephen Worley of the United States of America. He's got another rider with him. Find out who that is momentarily. 8 laps, 2 kilometers to go. It's Worley in 127. 127 is Jack Hines. So Hines and Worley coming up to Vion McReynolds.
Come on, Jack, work together.
Vion McReynolds getting reabsorbed. Okay, there's the front of the field, Worley and Hines. McReynolds in no man's land. We have a lead group of 3 here. Mousselet of France up there with Worley and Hines. And okay, so we got 3 riders off the front. Hines, Worley, and Mousselet coming through with 2 laps to go here. McReynolds coming out of the back of the field being led by Claxton of New Zealand. And the lead group of 3 pulls up, giving Claxton and his group a chance to join as they come into the bell lap. Bell and 1 to go. And it's Stephen Worley putting daylight between himself and the field. And it's going to be Stephen Worley, the United States, winning the scratch race for the men 70 to 74. Big round of applause for all our 70-74 men as we go on to our next event, the men's 75+ scratch race.
Oh, they're getting ready. They're getting ready. I don't even feel alive. It's been 6 hours.
Was that? Yeah.
Okay, we're calling up our racers now. After this scratch race, we'll have ride number 2 in the final rounds of racing for men's 35 to 39 and men's 40 to 44 sprints. And then we'll have a medal ceremony for the scratch races so far. And they're off for their neutral lap. Neutral means together, never means slow. When they come around and are handsomely bunched, the starter will fire the pistol. Once again, this will be a 5-kilometer, 20-lap race. And they're racing. And it is John Forbes of Portland, Oregon, bringing him across the line the first time. Rider 110 taking him across the line, Ronald Hickson of Australia. Hickson still at the front with Jerry Powell of the United States, also of Portland, right behind him. One kilometer down, 4 to go, 16 laps showing on the cards. Field comes through, 4 wide.
How many people in the
106, Jeff Cook, Great Britain, bringing the field down to the pole, getting the speed going.
$80 per bed. UCI. As soon as we went in there, we went, what are you troublemakers doing? We were like,
14 laps to go.
big college world, never mind. I promise.
Hickson at the front again.
just one guy decided to work the gas out. Yeah. It's like, all right, let's go. 14 laps to go, I'll lead.
Hickson brings him down to the pole, 13 laps. Next time they come around, it'll be 2K in, 3K to go. So they hit 12 laps remaining next time around. John Forbes coming to the front. Jim Kloss as well. 12 laps, 3 kilometers remaining.
Another race.
2.5 kilometers remaining, 10 laps to go. Two riders from Portland, Oregon at head of affairs. Jim Kloss at the front, so they come around and see 8 laps, 2 kilometers to go. 8 laps, 2 kilometers to go. Seven laps to go.
I'm pretty sure it was Roger who said that. That they said they were going to build something new, but they don't really want to.
Earl Henry of Trinidad and Tobago up towards the front there. 6 laps to go, metric mile remaining.
Hey, I ordered kit. I ordered kit and sent it up. Awesome. Thank you.
5 laps to go. Coming into the final killer meter, 4 laps, 1 kilometer to go. Forbes and Kloss at the front, Cook right there. Anybody's race as we come down to the final few laps. 2 to go, 500 meters to go. And it's 110 Hickson who draws first blood. Goes off the front, Cook chasing him. Hickson and Cook off the front of the field as they come into the bell lap. Hickson and Cook. Cook making a big push, comes over the top of Hickson. Kloss and others coming up from behind. Jeff Cook with a clean set of wheels. Wins the scratch race for Great Britain. I believe second place went to Hickson, and I'll get you bronze here momentarily. It was Jim Kloss. Jim Kloss getting the 3rd step on the podium. So it'll be Great Britain, Australia, and the United States of America in the men's 75 scratch race during our award ceremony later this evening. Up next, men's 35 to 39 sprint. Final ride number 2, starting with the heat for 3rd and 4th place between Guy McClintock and Alex Siegel. McClintock will be starting from the inside position this time. Siegel will be starting from the outside position. McClintock in the white, blue, and red of Canada. Siegel in the black kit of the Jerry Baker Velodrome. So McClintock in front, Siegel behind. McClintock came to the front to win the last ride. Speed starting to increase. McClintock hits that 200-meter line first. Siegel trying to use the banking, come up. He's got the longer way to come around. McClintock was able to hold him off before. Can he do it again? And he does. McClintock takes it into a bronze medalist. Coming up next, ride number 2 in the heat for first and second place in the final round of the sprints for men 35 to 39. Ito will be starting from the inside position this time. Serrano Plowels from the outside position. Serrano Plowels with the white long sleeves. Ito in blue and black. And Ito exchanging position with Serrano Plowels. Plowels now at the front. Ito able to win from behind last time. Shin Ito, the fastest qualifier in the men 35 to 39, opening a gap on Serrano Plowels. Bell and 1 to go, checks over his shoulder, big gap. And coming across the line, taking it in 2. Shin Ito, your new world champion in the men's 35 to 39 sprints. Silver medalist, Serrano Plowels. Advancing from third fastest qualifying time to put himself in the finals to take the silver medal. Coming up next, ride number 2 in the final round of the sprints for men 40 to 44. In the heat for third and fourth place. Peter Muller will be starting from the inside position, Bruno Tangent of France. The outside position, Peter Muller of Hungary. Won the first ride, comes up to the inside position. Tangent at the line in the dark blue of France. Muller coming up with that light blue sleeve, black helmet. Tangent with the white helmet. Muller in front, Tangent behind. Muller won the last ride by coming around Tangent. Faster qualifier by almost half a second. Muller hits the 200-meter line first. Tangent closing the gap as they come down the back straight. Tangent with the longer way to come around. Muller trying to hold him off as they come out of the turn. And Muller is able to do so. Muller, your bronze medalist for men's 40 to 44. Bruno Tangent, fourth place. Coming up next, ride number 2 in the heat for gold and silver in the final round, the men's sprint for 40 to 44. Following this ride, we will be going to a medal ceremony for the scratch races. Boys on the inside with the white helmet, McDonald on the outside with the black helmet. And McDonald coming ever so slightly to the front. Big push off the line. Fell and one to go. McDonald trying to take it from the front. Boys behind, the faster qualifier. And Boys with the longer way to come around, brings it up to the line, and Boys takes it in 2. Comes world champion, congratulates McDonald, silver medalist. Racing his way up from the 3rd qualifying time to take the silver medal. Let's give it up for both of these gentlemen. And that will conclude our sprint racing as we go on now to our medal ceremony. So our next event will be the women's 35 to 54 team pursuit final. This is a 4-kilometer, 16-lap race with 4-member teams.
There's not enough lemon for it to happen.
In Heat 1, we're going to have team number 954, I Am, I Can, I Will, I Do, and Guest. Raja McMahon, Caitlin Matan, Julia Lonchar, and Kimberly Zubras. Four riders, 16 laps, time taken off of the third rider at the end of the designated distance. This is a timed final for the women 35 to 54.
So you, what do you want, a really strong 13-year-old? Or you want a lame 20-year-old? I gave her like, double. Yeah, I'm gonna have my team. And some of my double extra small.
So once again, this is a timed final in this race. Riders will pull up, but they'll rejoin behind their teammates. Time taken off of the third rider, so at least 3 need to finish the complete distance of 4 kilometers or 16 laps on this track. And then they recover at speed. So this is the first of 3 heats in a timed final. And heat number 1 is off and underway. They'll be setting the times to beat. Opening lap of 24:182. .4 lap. Next time around it'll be the kilometer split. I am, I can, I will, I do, and guest. 1K split, a 120.533, 120.533, 44.7 kilometers per hour from a standing start. And they're down to 3. With 9 laps to go. Coming up on the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go. 238.495, 238.495 at the halfway point, 45.4 kilometers per hour from a standing start.
Yeah, so you have to finish with 3
6 laps to go. Riders in the slipstream behind the lead rider doing 30% less work than the rider at the front. Coming up on the 3K split. $3K split, a 355.063, a 116.567. So very even split so far, 120, 118, and 117. So they're actually picking up speed as they come into the final kilometer here. I am, I can, I will, I do, and guessed, setting the times to beat in this 4-kilometer pursuit final for women's 35 to 54. It'll be Bell and 1 to go. Final lap time taken off of the 3rd rider. And the finishing time of 5:11.231, 5:11.235, sorry, 5:11.235, over 46 kilometers per hour from a standing start. So coming up next, heat 2 of 3, with arguably the best team name for those about to rock, We Pursuit You. Women's team pursuit final, heat number 2. Team consisting of Vicky Appel, Sarah Mattis, Elise Traylor, and Monique Snyders. And heat 2 of 3 off and underway. Second fastest opening lap with a 25.651. Group all together from the start. Closing the gap on I am, I can, I will, I do, and guessed. Deficit coming down with each lap. And they are now setting best times with 13 laps to go. Coming up on the 1K split. A 1:18.645, fastest so far, 1:18.645 at the 1K. For those about to rock, We Pursuit You, continuing to build their lead over I am, I can, I will, I do, and guessed. Heading towards the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go the next time they hit the home straight and the 2K split.
Here you go. Yes, sir.
2K split of 2:32.216, 1:13.5 flying kilo. Continuing to set new best times with 7 laps to go. Snyder's at the front, pulling off. Coming up on the 3K split, 1K to go. Down to 3. 3K split of 347.227, 347.227, a 115 flying kilometer. So about a second slower than they were on the second kilometer. Still setting best times as they come in with 3 laps to go. Bell and 1 to go for those about to rock We Pursuit You. Time will be taken off the third rider, and it is a new best time, new best time. Just outside the 5-minute mark. So resetting the time to beat for those about to rock We Pursuit You. .501.047 showing on the results. Up next, DJ Cash, Debbie Milne, Julie Peterson, Kami Cornerly, and Sean Morelli. And heat 3 of 3 in the women's 35 to 54 team pursuit final is off and underway. Second fastest opening lap of a 25.076. Double discs all around. Coming up on the 1K split. A 118.638 down to 3. As the world famous Johnny Walsh says, the louder you are, the faster they go, ladies and gentlemen. 10 laps to go for DJ Cash. Coming up on the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go. The next time they hit the home straight, DJ Cash. Second fastest at the 2K with a 2:33.310, a 1:14.7 flying kilo. Next time they come around, it'll be the 3K split, 1K to go. $3K split, a 3:49.027, a 1:15.7 flying kilometer. For those about to rock We Pursuit You, really picked it up in their final kilometer, going from a 1:15.0 to a 1:13.8. Bell and 1 to go for DJ Cash. Riding into a solid second place. DJ Cash, second fastest, will get the silver medal. I am, I can, I will, I do, and guess the bronze medal. And for those about to rock We Pursuit You, win the gold. Coming up next, heat 1 of 2. In the 55-plus women's team pursuit final, racy ladies, Ruth Clements, Lenita Anthony, Carlene Ron, and Charlene Yarnall.
7-year-olds, yeah. How old are you? I texted you could totally do it. I texted my sister. She's doing. If I could actually, I didn't retire, so I should let my bike. So I'm gonna go home and tell mom I need to retire and start training full time every day. I'm gonna start training for the 70 plus. I'm gonna give myself 15 years to train.
Got this, ladies.
Heat 1 of 2 off and underway.
He doesn't have a procedure. Let's go.
Racy ladies setting the time to beat with a 29.092 at the opening lap.
Actually, I probably still couldn't. I'll get closer. Yeah.
One K split, a 126.048, 126.048 for Racy ladies. Clements, Anthony, Ron, and Yarnall. Heat 1 of 2 in our final racing event of the second session of the second day of these Masters Track Cycling World Championships. Next time they come around, it'll be the halfway point, 8 laps in, 8 laps to go. And the 2K split.
Oh, you pushed my one too.
2K split at 242.670. 116.6 flying kilometer. Currently at 44, in excess of 44 kilometers per hour from a standing start. Six laps to go. And then there were three. Coming into the final kilometer and the 3K split here momentarily. 3K split of 400.600, 117.9 flying kilometer.
They're also sometimes that they'll be like, "Your son's the one that plays." Tell like it's supposed to work.
Two laps to go.
There you go. Really a bunny hopper.
Coming into the bell lap. Bell and 1 to go. Time will be taken off of the third rider. And racy ladies come in 5:19. .519, 694, the time to beat, 45 kilometers per hour from standing start. Final kilo, a 119, 093. Coming up next, heat 2 of 2. And our final race of the evening, the women's 55 plus team pursuit final. And we will have the award ceremony for sprints and the team pursuits following this race. So sprinters, please find your way to the awards area. Ito, Serrano Plowels, McClintock, Boys, McDonald, Muller, and women 35 to 54 team pursuiters, please find your way to the awards area. Your awards coming up momentarily. Team Turtle, Gwen Afton, Beverly Cheney, Diane Percy, and Kimberly Pettit. Heat 2 of 2 off and underway. Turtle with the fastest opening lap, 27.435. Fourteen laps to go. Gwen Afton with rainbow stripes on the sleeves. Turtle continuing to set new best times as we come up to the 1K split. 125, 214, 125, 214. And then there were 3. Some exchanges as we come into the halfway point. Next time they hit the home straight, it'll be 8 laps in, 8 laps to go. Afton basically doing the first kilo pull, bringing the team up to speed. 2K split of 245.088, 119.8 flying kilo. About just shy of 2 seconds down on Racy Ladies at the halfway point. Five laps to go. Next time they're coming around, it'll be the 3K split and 1K to go. .3K split, a 402.9, a 117.8 flying kilo. Almost 2 seconds faster than their second kilometer. So picking up speed. Still, they have 2.5 seconds to make up on Racy Ladies, and now only 2 laps to do it in. Bell and 1 to go for Turtle. And Turtle will take the silver medal. .521, 534, the time for Turtle. Racy Ladies win the gold with a 5:19, 6:94. That concludes our racing for session 2 of day 2 of the UCI 2022 Masters Track Cycling World Championships in Los Angeles. Look forward to seeing you again on session 1 of day 3 Monday, tomorrow, with more sprints and time trials. Now going to the award ceremony.